Well, I knew that I would have to do this at some point, and couldn't have picked a perfect timing to react to this CinemaSins video where they cover /sin on The Lion King. Yes, the original Lion King from 1994, the animated one that basically just, changed, another one of those animated films that changed the industry of animation forever, because, who'd have thought how fantastic this would be? And, coming straight from Disney, I mean, of course, Disney themselves and, the animated films that they turned out, and especially during the Renaissance, the Disney Renaissance, because from The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and then this, yeah. And because, a lot of people didn't know what to make of it at first, especially those at Disney, because they doubted it and thought this would just be a joke. And even Jeffrey Katzenberg, who at the time was in charge of the Disney animation, because he doubted it too. And yeah, but look how it turned out. And boy, was everybody wrong, especially Katzenberg, and especially after working on The Lion King, Katzenberg would resign and then team up with Spielberg and Geffen to bring us DreamWorks, and yeah. And if you know the whole story, with what happened at Disney when it came up to The Lion King and with Katzenberg and so on, and especially from the documentary Waking Sleeping Beauty, a really good documentary. I do recommend it. But I don't know, I guess, from what I can tell, there probably are a few things in the original that, yeah, it's most notably when Simba finally, decides that he's going back to confront his uncle and so on. Well, he lets the worriness and the fear get to him again. That. I have no doubt that CinemaSins is gonna just really go at it with that and so on. And oh boy, because what they're gonna have to say on Timon and Pumbaa. Now, I'd like to point out, maybe I feel like I kind of saw this before, but that was a long time back. So, and because I hadn't seen it in quite a while, why not still react to it? And because, well, this year, marking The Lion King's anniversary, so of course I have to do some Lion King related videos and so on, and thus this one, for example. So, yeah, so everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. 13 minutes or less. Gotta kind of, slow down. I'm sure as though they'll probably have some positive things to say. Why would they not? They usually do, and they would sometimes remove one or two sins. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, anyways, and very quickly, because, well, any 2000s baby, we grew up watching The Lion King, and I remember I got the, special edition DVD, because they added, the reason being for it being called special edition, well, because they incorporated one missing song, which being The Morning Report, and the same went for Beauty and the Beast. Both of them would have special editions, because both of them would have, each of them would have one missing song, and they would be incorporated, beautifully animated to go with the movie, and it was perfectly good. Although, I'm pretty sure, because when they came out on Disney Plus, they weren't there. Can't there be an option? Isn't it on there? An option to watch them extendedly with the missing songs now added? Because I know the same happened for Muppet Christmas Carol. Why can't those two? I'm just saying, Anyways, and something? Because especially for Beauty and the Beast, it really transitions well. Because after there may be something there that wasn't there before, and then we go straight to the objects / the servants having a meeting about the rose and losing its petals, and then leading up to We'll Be Human Again, and then when it's over, we transition back to, well, because how it is in the movie before that song was added, because you have the wardrobe jumping in the giant fountain, and then when water splashes, then we transition to a close-up of Beast, and he's being washed, if you know that. That was really well done. And for Lion King, because for The Morning Report, they did pretty good, because still having the part where Mufasa gives Simba a pouncing lesson that's still going on with the Morning Report song. So, yeah, a very nice trick there, and yeah, of course you have to do that kind of thing. So, and be careful at it, So, anyways, so I'm done. Let's begin the video. Again, everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. Let's hope as though that they'll have some positive things to say, aside from, anyways. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Oh, crap, the volume. I didn't even realize. There we go. Okay, so let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, now play. There we go. Nice.
33-second Disney logo in the 90s makes me thankful this isn't a Pixar joint as well.
Yeah, when they incorporated the CG Castle logo in later releases.
Of all time opens with something powerful and dramatic. And for so many of the images and a well-constructed opening, we're going to take off 3 sins right off the bat. These lazy ass buttons.
Nice.
This is a ritual that needs to be done for some reason. Even God shares his approval of the new lion cub by shining light down at the appropriate moment. Hopefully he'll save Simba's dad when the time comes, too. He's as mad as a hippo with a hernia. Wouldn't any mammal with a hernia be in basically the same amount of pain/anger? Scar pretty much had no choice but to be a villain, since his parents named him Scar, and he was born with evil eyes.
Actually, no.
Is this something that happens enough that Mufasa is only mildly upset that Scar tried to swallow Zazu? Why would Zazu even show up at his lair by himself if that's the case?
What am I going to do with him?
I don't know, but after this scene, I would definitely be on the lookout for Scar to pull some straight-up Hamlet in the next couple of days.
His son was awake.
So they got James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair to basically reprise their roles as King and Queen from Coming to America. So does that mean Simba's going to go to Queens and work at a McDowell's? Does Simba one day get pulled over for having a transvestite hooker in his
I
car?
completely forgot about that, because not just James Earl Jones, but what's her face?
Manifest Destiny.
What about that shadowy place?
That's beyond our borders.
Okay, first of all, if it's a shadowy place, then the light ain't touching it, and Simba shouldn't have to ask. Second of all, you just said the light and sight were your borders. But now suddenly, oh yeah, we have interior borders around that scary place. I forgot.
Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance.
That's why there are gazelle bounding nearby with no fear whatsoever that I might eat them at any moment. Just like the real Africa.
When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. And so, we are all connected in the great circle of life.
I'll be sure to tell the antelope that when they're
Great delivery of
when that one's
dialogue
getting eaten. Mufasa?
from Earl Jones.
Simba? Mufasa allows Simba to be a dick to his loyal servants.
I never get to go
Okay, not
anywhere.
the
You're like
Not the
6 days
extended
old,
edition.
Dude. Jesus.
When I'm king, what'll that make you?
Why does everyone assume that Scar won't die well before Mufasa does? And why does Scar think he'll ever have a shot at the throne anyway? Scar seems well beyond the years where his possible royalty would even matter that much to him. He should have thought about killing Mufasa long ago, before Simba was even born. Simba walks in on Nala while she's taking a bath.
Betrothed, intended, affianced.
I mean, you're gonna do it.
Meaning-
Oh, I'll just press the button for the stimulator. I mean, the elevator.
But you two turtle doves have no choice.
Having no choice is like the baseline attribute of a Disney character.
We don't run around all day. Free to do it all my way.
Simba is outlining exactly how he'll bring about the downfall of the entire kingdom. Selfishness and excessive playtime. This whimsical break in the song could have been genuinely tragic. Look, I know we're in a cartoon musical where anything can happen, but I'm drawing the line at synchronized animal pyramid stacking. Zazu survives this. Damn it.
He does, so
Right, our plan to distract Zazu with song and then trap him under a rhino's butt came off without a hitch. How fucking lucky are we?
Hey, genius, it was my idea.
It was? I distinctly remember you saying,
So how are we gonna ditch the dodo?
and it was Simba doing the talking until Zazu interrupted. So how did you come up with it, Nala? You lying whore? The elephant graveyard is creepy and cool, but how do all the elephants know to come here right before they die? Wouldn't some of them be like, "Hey, I'm dying right here where I am? Or are you saying they die, but then other elephants or hyenas or some animal carries the bones all the way here just to keep this creepy spot a thing? Zazu's zombie
Good
horde
guess.
shows up just in the
Yeah,
nick of
there's a
time to
couple of
start
good
what we here at
guesses.
CinemaSins would now like to call the Flying Dead.
Did we order this dinner to go? No. Why? Cause
there it goes.
Nice joke, considering you spent precious seconds of escape time to come up with it.
Where's
Sir.
Zazu?
Do you even worry about Zazu anymore after a rhino sat on his body? Hungry hyenas have a hot boil.
Well, they didn't know.
That merely makes said food blast off like a rocket. No wonder they're starving. This is the longest spine anyone has ever slid down to escape in the history of spine slide escapes. I'm actually fine with Mufasa knowing Simba was in the elephant graveyard, but knowing exactly where he was to save him in time? So Scar's plan to get Simba
Well,
out of the northern
because
border
thanks to
actually worked.
Zazu.
If he successfully killed Simba, then what? Was his plan to then kill Mufasa? Literal big shoes to fill reference.
You deliberately disobeyed me.
You just said that 2 minutes ago.
You deliberately disobeyed me.
Is this a repetitive
So?
ad or a copy-paste screenwriter? Discuss.
So, I mean, doesn't hurt to repeat twice, like,
Yeah, they
with something like
they
that.
were very alone for a good long while, but then you started talking before eating them and let them run away somehow. Then they weren't alone. Wow, Scar found a way to get nature itself on board with his musical number. Whoa, this is a huge, previously unseen hyena contingent just sitting around in the dark until now. Seems like Scar has the power to become king right here. Just simply through song. If you can find the right lyrics, something insane would happen, and I bet you could dethrone Mufasa in no time. Maybe frightened wildebeest would stampede down into a gulch like this. Maybe they wouldn't. I have my doubts. But my real question is, with a ridge that steep, how come half of them aren't falling and slipping and rolling all the way down this steep-ass goddamn rock surface? Tons of clear area to the right here, but Simba also went to the Prometheus school of running away from
He didn't
things.
notice
Simba
it,
is, for
right?
any length of time, able to outrun the herd. Simba falls out of Mufasa's mouth here, but of course isn't...
Are you not going to
because
say anything
it's
positive about the wildebeest stampede?
Well, this movie has some balls. The death of Mufasa is something very few cartoons are willing to do. It's plot appropriate, it's dramatic, so we will remove 5 sins. Despite that,
Exactly.
Scar gets a massive lucky break after being super unlucky, doesn't he? This whole plan should definitely have worked without a hitch, but Mufasa's a bastard and survives all the way up to the point where Scar is forced to straight up murder him. Not only that, everything with the cliff is perfect so that Simba doesn't see this.
Dad?
Getting your hopes up, wildebeest. Also, where the hell was this guy when the massive stampede was going on? Did he oversleep?
Was it head
Did he wake up
behind,
and look
or-
at his watch and say, I'm late for the stampede?
Run away and never return.
Question, why doesn't he just kill and or eat Simba right now? There are no witnesses. And if he's telling him to
Well-
run away, there's obviously a benefit for Scar to having Simba out of the picture. And he's a wimpy baby lion, who you already tried to have killed earlier anyway. So why send away alive the one dude that can challenge your claim to the throne? This is so much worse than monologuing.
Kill him.
What? This is even worse than not killing him. Why didn't you kill him 6 seconds ago? Why are you letting this turn into a game for the hyenas and You want him dead, right? They're the fools that failed you last time, dog. The fuck? Simba has to climb
Well,
those
they
two
didn't
hyenas.
expect,
Boom,
you know,
boom, he
just-
glosses over that, and he's at the top before they even catch up. Simba survives this. Simba's
Plus,
mom is
Mufasa
dead.
stopped
He's
the
dead. No body to be
hyenas,
found.
like,
Mere hours after everything went down. Zazu conveniently
early on.
forgets that Scar punched him into a rock a minute ago when this started getting real. It's almost like he forgets the guy has all the markings of a true villain. That this is what he wanted all along.
Yeah,
and he was
but
probably responsible
I wouldn't
for
make a
it.
huge
Other than
complaint
Scar
about
swirling around
that.
an animal that is clearly not dead and hasn't begun to decay for them to be attracted to it yet. Timon and Pumbaa
Yeah.
ex-machina. But my question is, why do they even give a shit?
It means no worries.
Because they love bowling for buzzards.
Even if you killed your dad, we promise that's not bad. Wait, cute song, but shaving
Yeah,
his claws
what?
down like this is a horrible idea that only endangers him further out here in the wild, you dolt.
And it hurt that my friends never stood down with.
Seriously, fart jokes are the literal easiest, laziest comedy there is, and it bothers me to see them in otherwise brilliant films like this. Also,
And I got downhearted.
They forgot to low pitch that, like,
Not in
you
front of
know.
the kids.
so it's completely okay to show and sound out farts on screen, just not call them by their name. Gotcha.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata glosses over the thing that made Timon an outcast. Did he murder a family of 4? I bet he murdered a family of 4. How a Bug's life should have ended. Simba definitely wasn't interesting during the time he grew into an adult.
True,
So we'll tell that
yeah.
story and dissolves as he walks across a law. Zazu can get his head between these bone bars, but not the rest of his tiny-ass body. Scar wanted to be king for some reason. More food? Surely he had enough. More women? Knowing Scar, definitely not. So what the hell did he want from being king? At least King Claudius wanted to get a wife out of the deal. I don't see what Scar's motive is. The
Yeah,
only thing he
but
did was make the hyenas and lions live together. And then profits?
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that.
Annoying Disney tune was around even in the time Africa existed. On a scale of lazy-ass writing, burp jokes are literally one slot above fart jokes.
What more? Weigh that up.
I'm wondering something. Did Disney ask Billy Crystal to do this voice? And when he turned it down, they got Nathan Lane to do a Billy Crystal impression. Some of
No.
these flower petals spell out
No.
sex when Simba falls into them. I think a lot of you have dirty minds. Hey, look, I think I see a vagina in those flowers. Ninja Magic Medicine Monkey is so ninja.
it's supposed to be SFX, but people took it the wrong way. Come on, guys.
Movie about remote African animals simply jam-packed with pop culture references. You know, for kids. Thankfully, for the resolution of the story, Nala wanders really fucking far from the Bride Lands to hunt, and does so on the huge continent of Africa, in the exact direction where Simba is. Phew, close one there. Also, Nala, a freaking force of nature lioness, can't catch up to a freaking warthog. By the way, Simba should get
Well-
his ass kicked in this fight. He's been living the Hakuna Matata life, remember? He hasn't never had to hunt or do anything badass his entire life.
Pleasure's all mine.
Wait
He's
minute,
a- he-
Pumbaa
he's
was
a
food
lion,
eater.
I mean,
Are you telling me if someone vouches for him, he ceases to be food?
Lady, have you got your lions crossed?
Has any Disney movie loved puns more than this one? I don't think so, is what I'm saying.
What are you gonna say about this? About Can You Feel
I realize
Love
they knew each
Tonight?
other as kids and were betrothed even as kids, and that they're still the only two lions way out here. But still, this "hey, I recognize you, now I love you" seems rushed as hell. Well, they're not running away from any danger, but a sudden hill shows up again out of nowhere that they can fall down. Possibly so this G-rated film can have something that substitutes for a sex scene without alarming the MPAA.
Timber, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve.
Why can't you do something? Why can only the heir to the throne we just now learned was alive do something?
Now are you satisfied?
No.
Post-coital argument.
He's alive, and I'll show him to you.
Rafiki gets Simba's hopes up again, only to show him the idea of his dad being alive as one of those metaphorical things. I think Simba would have been happier with one of those Hogwarts paintings of living dead people.
He lives in you.
The power was inside you all along. Cliche. Cool part of the movie, I suppose. But would Simba have gone back
still.
to claim his throne without this supernatural dad vision? I feel like his character would have been
Ignore
stronger
that.
if he hadn't needed this vision to make the choice. Am I alone here?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me.
Yeah, maybe so. But he was a kid when you died. If you had this magical cloud power before, maybe you could have given him a boost. Simba's going home, but you know what? This scene isn't inspiring enough.
I had nothing to
Add a
say
huge
on
song.
that
You know what?
great line from Rafiki. You can learn from it, or
Thank you.
yeah, that
Man,
line.
the vegetation all
You could have removed a sin for that line that
Everything
Rafiki
about this
says.
entire ecosystem is based on the sitting
But oh
Lion
well.
King's evilness or goodness.
You guys have to create a diversion.
Oh, really? What did you plan to do if Timon and Pumbaa didn't make the trip? Huge distraction caused in order to remove 3% of the hyenas in their path. Seems worth it.
Tell me it's not
So-
true.
It's true.
Simba tells the truth, but somehow doesn't give the full story. One that he would easily be forgiven for, even if it's 100% true. You'd think as an adult he'd be like, my stupid little kid roar caused a bunch of wildebeest to stampede? I think not.
Then you're guilty. No, I'm not a murderer.
I mean, seriously, Simba makes things way worse by simply not telling the story. And murder? Does anyone in the Pride actually think baby Simba
I mean, he
could
didn't
pull
get the
off a straight
chance,
murder of
right?
Mufasa? Lightning strikes nearby and sets on fire during the climax cliche. Wait, what the f is going on? Well, it's over now. Benson has joined the battle. Also, what's this asshole waiting for? The battle to turn in the hero's favor?
Are you talking to me? Now they're in for it. Hey, call me
Mr.
Pig.
Finally, taxi driver and In the Heat of the Night, together at last.
Run. Run away, Scar.
What I just did probably could be
Never
for the thumbnail.
return.
Hey, that's exactly what Scar told Simba to do earlier. Villain does some
Well?
bullshit to justify the good-hearted hero straight up killing them cliche. I'm sorry, I want him to
Now he
win
says it
for
back
sure,
to him,
but Simba
just-
has never been in a fight. Unless during that unimportant time where he was walking across a log and aged 5 years, he somehow joined a dojo or something we didn't see. He should get his ass kicked right here. Rain comes to wash away the fire just in time for Simba to be king again. You'd think with this kind of higher power there would have been a conflict to begin with. Simba does the thing that killed his dad in the first place. And in no time, all the vegetation and life grew back and began to flourish, solely due to the moral compass of the current king. Huzzah! Arranged marriages are always accurate and perfect, and you shouldn't fight them.
92 cents. I've heard that music before. Morning, Vietnam!
I guess even kings get scared, huh?
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate
Leads to suffering.
Look at the stars.
Different flavors. I got them size. Shit, I got size, I got blades. Look at my
Where did
reach the
Where does that come from? I forget.
new era in which lion and hyena come together.
dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Eggs. Follow. Go back now.
One never told you what happened.
Of course.
He told me enough. He told me you killed
No, I am the father.
Wasn't sure what that was from. And I don't recognize this one either.
You can't change the past.
The book says we may be through with the past, but the past ain't through with us.
What's that from, too?
It's not your fault. Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
Oh, Good Will Hunting. Yeah.
I know. It's not your fault.
Simba's gone back to challenge his uncle to take his place as king.
You have fed
sentenced us to death.
Perhaps they had better do so, and decrease the surplus population.
And that's it. Okay. Well, that was a good chunk of, audio outtake / after credits for this. Yeah, so that was everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. And that was pretty good, because the amount of sins they removed, but, they could have done more, like I said, with the wildebeest stampede sequence. They could have said something positive about that and removed, 2 or 3 sins for that. And also, Rafiki's delivery of wisdom to Simba, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can learn from it, you can run from it, or learn from it. So that was good. And, just like, oh well, I mean, it's just how the video turned out and what they did, so, And about to say Scar, like what the narrator said, Scar's parents named him Scar and such. No, because he was never named. He wasn't named Scar when he was born. He did have an actual name, but then his name was changed to Scar after he got his scar. And apparently it's official, because in the Lion Guard series, we know how he got his scar. I think from like a snake or something. I'm pretty sure. And about the Lion Guard, because I wonder if people, like the Lion King fans, think that's really good and they would really consider it canon. I'm just saying. And something, because it occurred to me that, and it's a shame, because at the time of Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, it came out before The Lion King 1.5. But my point being is that when the Lion Guard happened, wouldn't it have been nice if we got an appearance of Timon's family? Because we know that Timon's family, the Meerkats, and along with his ma and Uncle Max, they moved into, the place that Timon was going to find for his fellow Meerkats. And so that would have been nice, but sadly they never appeared. I don't know if there's a specific reason, or maybe they just didn't think it was necessary to throw them in, to, have them make an appearance. I mean, in the Lion Guard, we did get appearances of, the side of, of Scar's lion pack, those who looked up to him, from Zira, Nuka, and Vitani, and of course, Kovu, and Kiara being there too. They appeared in the Lion Guard, and it would have also been nice if anybody from The Lion King 1.5 was in the Lion Guard. I just thought I'd throw that out, and you can let me know in the comment section if you feel the same way and what your thoughts are on that. But so again, Scar, he was never named Scar, and eventually, at one point when he did get his scar, he was then named and forever named Scar. So, and a couple of other things that they said, like, because I can think of and better explained, like, because like the elephant graveyard, do like the elephants just go there when they're about to die or something? Well, and another thing that the narrator mentioned that could be also a good guess, it was like maybe the hyenas drag the animal corpses to the elephant graveyard or something. I don't know. Those are good guesses, but at least like in the film itself, we don't like they don't establish them, and it's one of those things that it doesn't matter if it's established or not. You get my point. And at least then it's nice that they weren't that harsh on Timon and Pumbaa. And just anything else that they could have removed sins on, and parts that they didn't cover. Just, again, like I said, the word of wisdom that Rafiki gives to Simba, convincing him to go back and, he can, run from his past or learn from his past. Like that they didn't cover, most notably, but that's okay. Again, it's just how the video turned out. I think that's pretty much all I've got to say. So just overall, everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. What CinemaSins had to say on The Lion King, understandable, but at the same time, things that could be better explained, and some things that they pointed out that, I guess I would come to agree and such. I don't think they really went in that full, like, with Simba letting his like, fear get back to him, because when, you know, Scar confronting him and calling him a murderer, that whole thing, they didn't talk about it that much. I mean, I guess technically they kind of did, like, you know, you saw the video, you watched it along with my reaction, so, you know. But anyway, so again, everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. It was okay. Funny. I mean, of course, yeah, when it comes to the CinemaSins videos, you're always going to get some laughs and chuckles. And like I said, the CinemaSins videos are for our laughs and for our entertainment. That is the purpose. Yeah, there are some things that I agree with a little bit, and some, yeah, because I could, you know, that could be better explained, and that I disagree with what they've had to say, yeah. So, what about you guys? What did you think on the CinemaSins video itself, what they had to say /sin on The Lion King? Anything you agree and disagree with? Did you get good chuckles and laughs from this? Anything you wish that they could have covered? Like, pretty much like what I've had to say. So, and the audio outtakes, like, I knew a good chunk of them. I recognized a good chunk, but the rest of the, excuse me, the rest of them, no, not really. So, I know I've heard some of them before, but I have to go back and look. But anyways, and what did you think of my reaction? Leave comments and give this reaction video a like, as always. And so, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the CinemaSins video of everything wrong with The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. More reaction videos are on the way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video /reaction. And happy anniversary to the one that started it all, The Lion King. Take care, and peace out.